Ever since I was a young boy, I dreamed of exploring the farthest reaches of outer space. I would spend hours gazing at the stars and wondering what mysteries lurked in those tiny pinpricks of light. As I grew older, my fascination with astronomy and astrophysics intensified. I devoured every book and scientific journal I could find about cosmology, black holes, dark matter, anything related to unlocking the secrets of the universe. My singular focus to understand the very edges of existence led me to become an astronaut. After years of intense training, I was selected to be part of a daring mission to travel farther into deep space than any human ever had. Our experimental spacecraft was equipped with a specialized warp drive that could bend the very fabric of space-time, allowing us to jump across unfathomable distances. As the launch day approached, I could barely contain my excitement. I was joined on this journey by a small but mighty crew. Dana, a seasoned mission commander who had more spaceflight hours than the rest of us combined. AJ, a quantum physicist who spearheaded the development of our warp drive. And Maggie, a xenobiologist who hoped we might discover signs of alien life. Along with the latest artificial intelligence named Alexa, my crewmates shared my thirst for cosmic exploration. The launch was exhilarating, the forceful momentum of our spacecraft catapulting us instantly through the atmosphere. As we exited Earth's orbit, I gazed back at our planet, struck by how small and fragile it seemed. Ahead lay the great unknown, bursting with potential. Once we activated the warp drive, stars and galaxies began streaking past us at inconceivable speeds. The ship's hull vibrated while Alexa monitored the structural integrity to ensure we would arrive at our destination in one piece. During the journey, we spent our days poring over data that Alexa collected in hopes of expanding human knowledge. When we finally dropped out of warp, the sight before us took my breath away. We were in a completely uncharted region of space, light years beyond the farthest reaches traveled by humans. Looming ahead was what appeared to be a massive wall composed entirely of luminous galactic clusters, spanning the breadth of our view screen. "It's the very edge of the observable universe," AJ whispered reverently. As we drew closer, our sensors detected spatial anomalies that seemed to warp the nearby cosmos. It was unlike anything documented before, as if the laws of physics began fraying at this boundary between what was known and what lies beyond in the great unknown. "We've reached the shoreline where our universe ends," I said. "But does something else begin on the other side?" What awaited us beyond that cosmic horizon, I wondered. Would we discover new elemental particles in hidden dimensions? Stumble upon advanced alien civilizations thriving at the universe's extremity? There was only one way to find out. "Take us in," I told Dana. Together, the five of us, 6, including Alexa, braced ourselves as our intrepid vessel crossed the threshold into the inconceivable beyond. Here's a 1227, word conclusion to the story. A heavy silence fell upon the bridge as our spacecraft drifted into the void beyond the cosmic horizon. The entire crew stood motionless, stunned by the scene that spread endlessly before us. Where we expected to discover new worlds, alien civilizations, or insight into existence itself, there was nothing. An infinite span of sheer darkness without a single star or speck of light, uninterrupted blackness in every direction. Scan for celestial bodies, radiation, particles. Anything, I urgently told Alexa. But our AI returned the same negative result after each comprehensive sweep. Not even the faintest traces of matter or energy could be detected. It was as if we had reached the terrifying endpoint of reality itself. "How can this be? There must be something," Maggie whispered, voicing the shock we all felt. As my eyes strained desperately into the darkness, I noticed the faintest glow emerge directly ahead, a mere pinprick of light that I first mistook as my imagination. But gradually, it expanded, illuminating a smooth, glassy surface that stretched as far as our scanners could perceive. "It appears to be some kind of mirror," noted Dana. A mystified hush again fell upon us as we drifted closer. Details emerged to reveal our own astonished expression staring back at us, our spacecraft reflected on that cosmic looking glass. As the mirror's scope became apparent, so did the realizations it held. The edge of our universe was not an alien landscape or gateway to new dimensions. It was a reflection of ourselves and all that we knew. Everything we had perceived as an external, boundless existence was actually emanating internally from our collective consciousness. In that mirror's reflection, we understood that all of reality was a projection of imagination, co-created from the thoughts, dreams, and inquisitiveness innate within us all. The cosmos were not out there to reach and discovered. Rather, we were building them from within the entire time. If this mirror stretches endlessly in all directions, AJ's voice trailed off, then our reality is merely one facet floating within an infinite multiverse, Maggie concluded. As this revelation sunk in, Alexa intercepted a transmission from an unknown source, the first evidence we had of anyone else sharing this infinite expanse with us. At first, the signal was unintelligible, layered with cosmic distortion, but Alexa quickly cleared it up, revealing the shocked face of another Dana, the voice of a different Alexa speaking in the background. And surrounding them was a variant of ourselves, another multiverse iteration of the same explorer crew, gazing back through their own edge of universe mirror. We stared at each other across the divide, separated by unfathomable realms, yet connected somehow through the reflections we now understood as different planes of the same prism. As Alexa established basic communication protocols between our ships, an awakening bloomed within me. I realize now that our previous conceptions of existence were but a fraction of what truly was, that we were all endless beings, encompassing all potential realities, lifetimes, and versions conceived within this infinite well of consciousness and creativity. Glimpsing this mirror realm ignited my understanding that everything we could ever dream up to explore was already accessible from within, waiting to be unlocked and expressed in whatever ways we dare. We were not merely tiny astronauts on some solitary ship. We were the very cosmos itself, able to traverse unseen dimensions by simply shifting perspective. I turned excitedly to my crew, who, based on their invigorated expressions, seemed to be undergoing their own aligned internal discoveries. Do we go back and tell Earth all we've learned, or do we leap again? I asked them gleefully. A bold new frontier awaited, ripe for revelation. Maggie grinned at me knowingly. I think the only way forward now is through